I'd like to introduce Nikita Miller, who is the Executive Director of Young London. And she's got some youth with her as well. A year ago, we stood here with the food drive and we talked about obviously the importance of youth and some of the numbers that we were seeing with regards to the children and youth that the London Food Bank was serving. We talked about school breakfast programs, but we also talked about a new initiative with Young London to see where the youth were getting, particularly homeless youth, were getting their nutrition. And so they embarked on a year-long research project. They did a whole, they did a lot. So Nikita, we'll get you to come up and talk about that.
My name's Nikita Miller, and I'm the Executive Director at Young London. Some even leave home to ease the burden on their families, leading to housing instability and deepening food insecurity. We know how critical this is. After all, healthy growth and learning depend on stability and nutritious food. These aren't just statistics, they're barriers to health, dignity, and opportunity. So the question we must ask ourselves today, what does it mean for a city when thousands of its young people don't know where their next meal is coming from? 1 year ago, the Food Bank asked Young London to approach this challenge differently and put young people at the center of the solution. Our team of over 25 Young Londoners has led a community inquiry into food access, not only asking about what's happening in our community, but looking for their solutions. This is more than facts and data. It's a youth-led inquiry by young people for young people. At Young London, we believe nothing about them without them. So with that, I'd like to invite Ambrina up to share why Youth Voice matters.
Hi, I'm Ambrina, and I joined this team because I'm a medical scientist at Western, and I wanted to better understand systemic issues that affect people's health, like food insecurity. Being part of this team has given me research experience, but more importantly, it has allowed me to start building solutions to help our community. For me, involving youth is allowing us a chance to start building a future. And for me, that means being part of a more equitable healthcare system that focuses on addressing systemic issues like food insecurity early on.
This project has given participants real-world opportunities to build skills, gain knowledge, and make meaningful connections. It's showing our city that youth can shape our systems and spark change when given the chance. I'd like to share some of the high-level data that we've been collecting so far. On a scale of 1 to 10 for healthy eating, participants rated on average a 4 for what they're consuming. 32% of responders said they feel judged or treated unfairly when accessing food programs. And this quote by a survey respondent: "It feels like you are automatically 10 steps behind everyone else. You can't study as hard, work as much, or practice hobbies if your body is struggling to just stay alive." What's emerging is quite powerful. Young people aren't just identifying gaps, they're proposing innovative, community-driven solutions grounded in lived experience. Young London exists to bring young people into our decision-making spaces. This project has allowed us to create a model that empowers youth to lead research, contribute to solutions, and help shape the future of our city. To share what it feels like to be invited into this kind of community work and to be taken seriously by those in our community, I'd like to invite Alessandro.
Hi there, I'm Alessandro. I'm an undergraduate student at Western University, and I joined the Young London Project to help give back to my community. Getting the opportunity to meet community leaders like Dr. Cheryl Forchuk and Glenn Pearson, and actually have them ask us for feedback, felt incredibly empowering. And the Young London Project is all about creating solutions that reflect the real needs of young people. And I'm a firm believer that real change comes from listening to those who are most affected. I'm proud to be part of the Young London Project, and I'm confident that this work will help better serve our London community.
Youth food insecurity demands collective action, and we must involve youth in these solutions. So for funders, I call on you to invest in youth-led solutions and the organizations that make them possible. For community partners, I challenge you to open your doors wider. Invite young people to the table, listen to them without judgment, and take their ideas seriously. And for all of us, this Thanksgiving food drive offers a moment to pause and remember that food insecurity is not inevitable. It is solvable, but only if we act together and only if we act boldly. I'll close with this. Our city is stronger when its young people are heard, valued, and supported. Together, we can build a London where no young person goes hungry and where youth are not just the future, but they're part of the solution right now. Thank you.
Thank you, Nikita. It means a lot to us that Young London is part of this event this morning. It was a year ago we asked them to get involved. I know of nobody better to go to ask them to look into the state of young people, especially around food security, than Young London. And Nikita has been doing that for a year with her team, and we really appreciate it. I also wanted to recognize Councillor Jerry Pribble, who is here today. You should know, he has volunteered at the food bank. He helps 519 Pursuit in the delivery of homeless lunches. He's done that for a long time. He is somebody who asked to meet with us. We asked to meet with him, and he's been a big help to Nikita as well. It's nice having somebody at a policy level have that kind of interest, that they're not just looking at your idea, they're actually saying, I'll go out with you. Let's deliver lunches together. Let's do what we have to. So Jerry, thank you. Thank you very much for doing that. When it comes to kids, we're all like this because we've all had kids. We all know none of this is their fault. And yet somehow we have now allowed it that 1 in 4 kids is food insecure and doesn't know where the next meal is going to come from. Enough. It's just enough. We've been at this as a food bank for 40 years, and every year the number of kids that are falling into poverty continues to increase. So who are you going to blame? It's us. We all need to come together and start doing something about it. We as a food bank, I don't know what to say. We feel so challenged by this because it's about kids. We have to do something about this. And we as a food bank, we know we're not the answer, but we have to bring up the questions. What are we going to do? But the reality is London Hydro has stepped up and is going to help us as we move forward in this, and we really appreciate it. So where is he? Isn't he? Come on up and thank you.
Thanks, Glenn. We're excited to be here for the kickoff of the 37th annual Thanksgiving food drive. I think it's pretty easily seen, Glenn and Jane, thank you for your passion. You truly care about food insecurity in the city, and you're doing your part to help. So thank you. I also like to thank all food bank staff and volunteers. This doesn't happen with just 1 or 2 people, of course. It's a big network of folks that are helping. I was really surprised when I read articles seeing that 1 in 4 youth in London were affected by food insecurity, and that already 13,000 youth and children had to access the food bank this year. That was a stat that really sort of hit to my core, and it's great to see Young London involved in this process to help where youth are. So glad to see it. Thank you guys for speaking today. London Hydro is excited to be supporting 2 programs here with the London Food Bank, one being the London Food Bank Greenhouse and the other Farm in a Box. For us, having access to fresh food is important for youth. You know, we all know that there's food in cans, but there's nothing to replace fresh food that people can have access to. So we're really excited to be part of that. Another thing that I'm going to ask for Londoners is, if you're able to, please support the food bank where you can. This is, an opportunity for all of us who are fortunate enough to not be suffering from food insecurity to be able to help and give back. We also know at London Hydro that affordability is an issue. In closing, I'd just like to thank the London Food Bank for having us here today. I wish you success in this food drive, and I'm glad we can be a small part of it. Thank you.
So the Thanksgiving food drive goes from tomorrow, Friday, October 3rd to October 13th. It's great to kind of kick it off with a wonderful donation, so thank you. And it's great to partner with the Young London, but this is the community's food bank. We are oftentimes, how's the food bank doing? The food bank is doing incredibly well. We are incredibly supported, but we know that our people are not. So all the support that you can give us allows us to really help the people that are out there. And as was mentioned, just because there's numbers does not mean those aren't individuals and feeling the hunger and the pinch. So thank you.
So I'm here with Nikita Miller here at the press conference for the Thanksgiving food drive. We've had Young London just do a fantastic presentation. Here's Nikita Miller, who's helping to lead Young London. But who's this you got with you? And they came a bit late. What happened there?
This is Arthur.
Yeah.
Arthur had a midterm this morning.
Oh,
we knew
unfortunately.
he was going to be pretty tight on time, so I had to step in and take over. So
Yeah.
I would love to give Arthur an opportunity to speak.
Well, thank you again, Glenn and the food bank for giving me this opportunity. And as a Western student, I was involved in food bank volunteering since first year. But Obviously due to the long commitments and also especially during the commute, right? I was able to contribute the amount of hours that I would like to be more consistent over here. But once I found out this opportunity to conduct this same research through like in a different avenue to be involved with the food bank, this is why like I came on to join this project.
Can I ask you what you think of Young London, Nikita?
Yeah, I think it's amazing. Like it's definitely like we are able to contribute to our strengths, and in this case, it would be just stats in general and the stats meeting. So I love doing a lot of number crunching. So we're able to contribute to our strengths, and then
That's great. And look who else we have here too. I get a chance to get them in here. These are part of Young London as well, Western students. What are your names?
I'm Ambrina.
I'm Alessandro.
And Alessandro, brother and sister?
Yeah.
There you, it's all relative. That's really good. How did you feel about today and presenting? Were you nervous?
For sure. But I think it was a really important cause, so I kind of want to get over that and really speak from the heart.
Stole exactly what I was going to say. I think that it's great that we got so much news coverage, and I think that hopefully this will help improve, funding for food banks and policies surrounding that.
You know, if it wasn't for Young London, we would never have met you guys, right? So we really appreciate them bringing you all together. And you still got a report to come that's going to be about all the stuff you find out. So we really are looking forward to that. But thank you for being part of this today.
So here I am here at the press conference, and the part I was looking forward to the most actually was with Nikita Miller from Young London. It was a year ago. Do you remember that? And you came and you spoke at the Thanksgiving drive last year. And what was it that you were setting about to do?
So 1 year ago, we came here and we were talking about this idea of bringing young people together to conduct research with young people on behalf of young people around food insecurity and what's happening. At the time, it was just an idea. Now it's so exciting to be here. It's actually come to life. I have young people to represent the work we've done. We're starting to see some awesome stats come out.
A lot of it, Nikita, was really around where do the young people get their nutrition from, even those that are homeless young people. And it's interesting because you can talk to lots of different agencies, but people don't really know, because young people who are homeless or young people who are kind of vulnerable or isolated, they're often staying on somebody else's couch or things, so you don't see them. So it's great that young people are able to get in through part of what you're doing and find out where those people are at and what's going on. And did you feel that the people were forthcoming as you talked to them?
Yeah, so far I think we're seeing pretty open and vulnerable quotes and feedbacks and sharing. From this point, we will have some more conversations with young people and really dive into what solutions that they see possible here. That was a big piece of our work, was not just looking at what the problems and challenges are, but actually looking at what do you think the solutions are and how can we make this a little bit easier for you?
So this is an official partnership between the Food Bank and Young London, and we help to fund this project that Nikita is doing. Would have been impossible for us, but she did it. You've met some of the students already, but this now helps us as a food bank to figure out how do we channel our food. That's one thing. How do we get it out there to the places that we maybe haven't really noticed before? But the second thing is, how do we get young people involved in that effort? And that's exactly what's happened here. So thank you, Nikita, for making that happen. The partnership continues, and we really want to thank Young London for all that you've done. And I know you've got a report coming about from all this research. When does that come?
Yes, so we're hoping in the next couple of months we'll have a finalized, beautiful report to share with all of the information that we've discovered, as well as we'll be doing a community presentation and invite the community in to actually speak to the broader group of young researchers. I do just want to take a moment to say that a year ago we thought we'd be lucky if we had 3 or 4 young participants in our research project, and to our surprise we've had over 25 over the year involved. So it does show that there is an appetite for young people to be involved in the solutions and the change.
But young people need representatives, so Young London is important for that, right? Like, who speaks to these higher levels of decision makers and other things? You really need an organization that is full of young people and committed to that. Young London really needs our support. We need to keep doing it, and that's the idea.
Yeah, thank you, Glenn, for supporting us.
That's good. Thank you. Well, here we are. We're at the 37th press conference for the Thanksgiving food drive here in London, and I'm privileged today to have Yasni Sedini here, the new head of the, and congratulations, head of London Hydro. And I did want to talk to you and ask you a question about what you said today, but I did want to begin by saying that we've been working with Hydro back since 1992 when we were part of a mayor's panel on poverty, and Hydro came in at that point and began helping people to get power in the winter when it had been shut off. And that was a big part of the mayor's panel at that time, and it meant a lot to us. But now today you've offered some other things as well. So why don't you let us know about it?
Yeah, so we're happy to be working with you, of course, with this the new kickoff, I guess, of the Thanksgiving food drive.
Yeah.
As I was saying in the talk earlier today, I was really surprised and saddened by the number of people who have to access the food bank every year. So, as we thought as an organization, one of the big things that we're looking to do is how we become more of a community partner.
Yeah.
And, I think the food bank is central to people living good, healthy lives. They need access to food, fresh food.
Yeah.
So we're really looking to be involved in some of the fresh food programs that you have, like the Farm in the Box program and the Greenhouse program. So we're excited to be donating to that and helping Londoners be able to access fresh food.
But you also announced some other initiatives that you've been doing for a while.
Oh,
right,
yeah.
To the power. What were they?
Yeah, so there's two programs that we have for people. One is called the Ontario Electricity Support Program, or OESP is how we refer to it. And essentially that's for people who qualify, so lower income individuals would qualify, and they actually get a break on their hydro bill. So their hydro bill will get reduced every month as part of this OESP program. The other program that we have available is called the LEAP program. So the low income emergency assistance program.
Yeah.
And that program is for people who are facing disconnection, and that there are funds available to be able to pay down their hydro bill so that they are not disconnected.
Okay.
So these programs are available. You can call London Hydro at any time. Our customer service teams will walk you through those programs, how you sign up, and what it might mean for you.
What that means for us right now is this is the most serious food drive we've ever had. I mean, you have states of emergency going on in different cities around the province. It's a tough time, but just then London Hydro shows up, right? And you've announced this stuff with the cash donations to help towards the greenhouse and the Farm in a Box program, but we need partners. And also what you're doing is that it's going to go to 40 other agencies, like the help that you're given. So you're not just helping the food bank, you're spreading it around the community, which is something London Hydro is very good at. So we appreciate it. Thank you for your help today.
Thank you.
And we really appreciate the partnership.
Thank you.